The early work, Elizabeth Woolridge Grant and May Jailer. So now, the time has come, the last act. The last time I will be occupied with your oeuvre, After Ultraviolence, Paradise, Born to Die, always accompanied with Tropico and the early work up to this point. But what for a conclusion it will be. How beautiful your songs. Here too, there are further songs to find on the internet. I not will pay attention, at least now. And still applies at the end. Would it not be nice to own an album like From the End, Young Like Me, not to mention Sirens, all the wonderful songs? Let us start with the very early songs, which reveal a charming female singer, whose voice at least I, and by no means only I, as many comments on the internet show, love in all its depths and no longer want to miss. How beautiful it would be to hear you only for one time, gladly as an encore at a concert, if you sing Aviation with your natural high voice, much like May Jailer. Now I will confine myself to the songs located on 3 demos, and I'm pleased to know them. The 3 demos. Young Like Me, Elizabeth Grant 2005, From the End, Elizabeth Grant 2005, Sirens, May Jailer 2006. The Beginnings, Elizabeth Grant and May Jailer, Long Island, New York, 2004 till 2006. Elizabeth Woolridge Grant is 18 years old when her uncle teaches her to play the guitar. It's her gap year after the 3 years at boarding school on which she was sent by her parents because of her alcohol addiction. As she says, she had at the age of 11 years a short period in which she wrote songs. But she also says that this was nothing to taken seriously. Now, after the boarding school, after she discovered literature, art and music with the help of a young teacher for herself, she decided not to go to a university immediately, but want to reflect about herself. She lives with her aunt and uncle on Long Island, works as a waitress, and her uncle teaches her, as already said, to play the guitar. And now something seemed to happen. Elizabeth Grant herself says it had become clear to her at once that she could write 1 million songs with 6 chords only. It must be remembered that Elizabeth Grant is already 18 years old at this time, considering that artists like Emily Simon or Adele, to mention only these, already won important competitions in this age, and were just before the release of their first album. You can see how late even the beginnings of Elizabeth Grant are, quite apart from following development. After all, she will be 27 years old, 9 years will pass, until her album Born to Die will be released. At this age, other artists have already finished their career. Only then, that of Elizabeth Woolridge Grant will begin. 2004 is the year in which she learns to play the guitar. About a year later, she begins with a study of philosophy, subject matter physics at Fordham University in New York. 2006, she takes part in a singing contest at Williamsburg and gets in touch with a label in New York. She's now about 20 years old, and yet, in this period, 2004 till 2006, something special happens. Already in 2005, April, an EP with 7 titles was registered. Title, Young Like Me, artist Elizabeth Woolridge Grant. And a further demo album with 10 titles, From the End, will be known. Finally, the demo album Sirens, probably 2006 under the name May Jailer, which includes partly tracks from the 2 previous demos. As she says, 1 million songs, and this seems to be serious. In a short time, song after song seems to arise. Common to all, a female singer with an extremely high voice, fragile, accompany herself with a guitar. Later she sings that she feels like a beat poet on drugs, and like them, she begins to write and compose, and starts to become the poetess of her-to-be she has dreamed at the boarding school. The 3 demos and their songs can be all found on the internet, on video platforms. According to Elizabeth Grant, 211 songs were stolen her as her hard drive was hacked. Therefore, all tracks from Young Like Me are known to me except Move. From the End everything except for you. In regard to Sirens, it seems to be different. The album was leaked in May 2012 on YouTube. The title Pretty Baby was blocked. It can, however, also be found now. Whether this may be done from the surrounding of Elizabeth Grant, by Elizabeth Grant herself, or is not quite clear. For sure is that there are other songs on the internet by the singer with a guitar and the high voice. Even worse, there is a long list of songs that also should exist, but which are not popped up on the internet yet. Who can create a list? With which knowledge? And again a song from this list emerges. All very unclear, unquestionably annoying for the artist and for the interested audience. What would Lana Del Rey be without the knowledge of the earliest versions, without Mitch Jailer and Lizzie Grant, without So Everything is Controlled and... First, Young Like Me, also known as Quiet Now, maybe also known as Rock Me Stable. Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, April 2005, demo album unpublished. 1. Blizzard. 2. You Mister. 3. Chunky Bride or Bride, also on Sirens. 4. Move, unknown to me. 5. There's Nothing to Be Sorry About. 6. More Mountains. 7. Invendi. About Chunky Bride Bride, I'm going to write in the context of Sirens. Of course, I cannot write anything about the to me unknown move. So let us begin with the other songs. Blizzard. A young female songwriter, a narration without any chorus, which will be recited without interruption, always recurring and conclusion these lines. I feel like I'm in high school again, never know how much I missed them till then. And I'm happy for this day, no matter what they say, I don't have to be sad like you. The rest of the lyrics, listen. The song enchants me. I'm just feeling blue. You Mister. This song has a very different mood than the previous one. I'm not quite sure if this is also due to admission standards. It sounds fuller. The chant of Elizabeth Grant is lower and better. It does not sound so fragile as before, somehow mature. Some non-contentious lines. I'm doing alright most of the time, and I had a strange dream in night. To close my eyes and visualize my troubles away, had you on my mind. How gladly I would have listened to Elizabeth Grant once when she sang this song. There's Nothing to Be Sorry About. This song confuses me very much. About whom she sings. Remember me the way I was 6 months ago. And then I get a little scared sometime when everyone I met I find has a friend. Is it simply little boy living without you won't be easy to do a love song? But then this passage that completely drops out of the song. O Lord, watch over my love. Lord, watch over my love. I'll do anything for you, or for him, or whoever else needs some help out there. I swear, I swear. Lord, watch over my love. Lord, watch over my love, always. I have the feeling that there is a subtext. I hold myself back to write something, but I have the feeling that there is more. Even before she sang about, among other things, that she would pray. A song I have not listened for the last time. More Mountains. It's really the first time that I hear that song. I'm spellbound, Miss Grant. Although the moment I have understood the text only about one half, because I have so listened to the voice and the melody, but I'm delighted. Why, really why, is this album was registered for copyright and probably still is, never released? And why is it not released now? Why, Miss Grant? There's no solution. Life is without resolution. You must ask yourself what you really want in life. You must trust in me when I tell you it's alright tonight. Even then you have written songs for me, so simple but so grave. And I have already written in trust. I trust you, and sure it's alright tonight. Each breath is sent from angels. Now I know why I always call you angels. In Wendy. For me the most inaccessible song of this album, the most profound, the most beautiful. Will you think of me when I'm gone? Will you comfort me when I'm wrong? I have lost a lot, but I'm feeling fine, 'cause I finally found out nothing's mine, and I'm only human. I'm so human, I'm nothing else. For me, vocally the most beautiful song, a wonderful conclusion. I will listen to the songs again and again. And now, I have to be grateful that these songs were, or should you get to hear them sometime? Second, From the End, Elizabeth Woolridge Grant demo album unpublished. 1. Out with a Bang, also on Sirens. 2. Peace or All You Need, also on Sirens. 3. Bad Disease, also on Sirens. 4. For You, Unknown to Me. 5. Wait. 6. How Do You Know Me So Well, or I'm Indebted to You, also on Sirens. 7. Try Tonight, also on Sirens. 8. The Elliot or Westbound, also on Sirens. 9. Drive By or 4K, also on Sirens. 10. Aviation, also on Sirens. Since almost all of the songs are included on Sirens and For You is Unknown to Me, there will just write something about Wait. Wait. Immediately, this song sounds like a very early one. The voice quite fragile, her whole intonation. And the chords you already know from other songs. And the lyrics? If you were to tell me that this song has written a 15-year-old, I would believe it. But I do not mean this to hurt or negative. I just have the feeling that this is really one of the first songs that Elizabeth Grant has written and recorded. Maybe I'm wrong, but this song touches me somewhat very deeply. My eyes are wet, and I fear that I will become quite sentimental. What the hell. It's just a wonderful song, the right attunement for what comes now. Sirens. Thank you for listening.